and welcome to another edition of the Dugout. One thing that has changed in the last 24 hours, from a weeping Siddharth, we have a smiling Siddharth.
Yes.
Settle down.
Yeah.
His nerves. But after the high of what Gukesh gave us yesterday, it is a few nervous moments, those few hours leading up to a test. So much depends on that first morning when the coin goes up, because the toss becomes important. In the first hour, you get to know how the pitch is going to behave. Right now, this is all going to be assumptions. So, plenty to look forward to. Typical eve of the test match. Butterflies in the stomach, not just for the players, but for all of us, including you guys who are big cricket fans. And this is one of my favorite parts of a series, the eve of the game, where we discuss everything as to what are the chances of India going, what is the pitch going to be like, what is the playing 11 going to be like. So, but before that, what's up in Brisbane in terms of what the Indian team did, weather, what have we got from there?
So today it was an optional practice session that was there. Only 3 batters came for batting.
So many games,
But
3 who are set to play.
Then what did the rest of them do?
Rest of them came. Mic is on. Should I turn it off again?
Give him your mic in the meantime.
Yeah, so then who I think who are like far away from playing in the 11, there was Devdutt Padikkal, there was Sarfaraz Khan, there was Abhimanyu Easwaran. So these 3 I'm pretty sure are not going to play. Apart from that, there was one more person, because 3 in those 3, he's not even in those 3 who will definitely play, and not even in the 3 definitely who won't play. That was Dhruv Jurel. He was also there. He was also having...
He's also not going to be there then, you're telling, according to your...
No, that's why I'm not keeping him in either of the brackets of confirm not playing or confirm not, confirm playing. But yeah, these 3 people, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill and
First, tell
Rishabh
me how
Pant.
many were there in total? Forget playing, or is it confusing me? Tell me how many people.
7.
7.
Plus the bowlers.
So how many people, na? Bowlers are also people, yeah.
No, that I can't. I'm not too sure about exactly how many. As far as bowlers, I saw Yash Dayal, I saw Navdeep Saini,
Acha.
and Mukesh also. Mukesh, I know. Yeah, there was Mukesh also, but nobody else. There was Raghu, the man, sidearm. He was also bowler.
Man,
na?
the machine,
Yeah,
the legend.
he was also there. There was Gautam Gambhir, Ajit Agarkar, all of them were there. Sarfaraz and Abhimanyu Easwaran were sharing a net. And Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill were sharing a net. So I don't know what to make out of that. But full focus was on Yashasvi Jaiswal, who was constantly playing on the short pitch delivery. He was being attacked continuously with the short ball. There was not even one ball that was over pitched. All the balls were short pitched. He was leaving them. The ones that was on the body, it wasn't even like he was taking them on. He was defending them. So I just feel that
Should they have not come to practice, a lot of them, because Indian batting is like awfully out of form, I guess.
no, optional na. As soon as they say optional, you know
What?
who will come, who won't.
They have been practicing since the day, I think the day after Adelaide Test got finished.
Virat to batted that day also.
There
No,
was an
but
extended
I
session
agree
that
with what they usually buy a lot of times just before the test match, because test match can sometimes be tiring if it goes to 5 days. I don't know how many of these games will go for 5 days, but so you tend to give them a rest just before the game starts, so then they're fresh on that day. So which is why for a test match, 2 days before is like the proper practice where everyone comes out, and then it's optional, some want to go or not. Interesting you talk about Yashasvi doing that. I think it's more to do with not Yashasvi being weak against short pitch, but I think the strategy that the Australian bowlers had in the previous test match, where they used the short pitch ball quite often as a strategy, as a plan. So I think India know that once that plan was successful for them in Adelaide, they're going to be using here. So be better prepared. I think that could be the reason why Yashasvi was doing that.
yeah, I mean, see, look at the deliveries that he got out to in the end. First ball in Adelaide, you can't help it. It was a full swinging delivery. He fell over, got trapped LBW. Second, the short ball tactic was employed. He was innovative in his approach. He ramped it up over the slips. He tried to uppercut it over the slips and gully region. But he again got out to the full ball in Adelaide. You've seen all the dismissals, barring Perth, which is on a slightly back of a length, he hit it to gully. Again. Now, why did he have to have that kind of a thing? It kind of befuddles me. Because your problem is actually the full ball. It isn't the short ball so far on this tour. This is why I think it was kind of additional prep that, okay, if they give the short ball, I'm ready for it, come what may.
No, I kind of agree with Sidvi sir here as well, that I also feel that short pitch delivery, see again, I feel short pitch delivery, until and unless it's not a wide ball game, you can sort of just get away with it. It's not a wicket taking delivery in that sense. I think the wicket taking delivery is the ball when it's up, full pitch. It's just that the bowler is playing on your mind. He's just trying to trap you with constantly short, and then you're ready for that short pitch delivery, and then suddenly he just tries to york you, or it's a full pitch delivery where the batters sort of are caught napping and they sort of are in a double mind then. That's why I also personally am not too big a fan of constantly practicing the short pitch delivery, because I feel then as soon as you come in the game, I think you're too prepared for that, and as soon as the ball is over pitch, like what Stark did last time around, then things happening. Something happening like that, I just feel it.
No, but the difference, see, you're giving the last match is example. Last match, all of us knew that pitching it up was the way to go. So that is why wickets came. But you're going back to Gabba. You are now going to revive memories of Perth. So Perth wasn't the match where a lot of over-pitch deliveries got you in trouble. Good length was the area to go, or short of good length was the area to go. And of course, short pitch delivery is the one used as a surprise weapon, not the one. So I think the lengths now will go back to what you saw at Perth in Gabba. It's not going to be that over pitch deliveries that for a lot of Indian batters, they'd prefer that. Virat would prefer that. That's an easy way for him to get off the mark. I think Shubman might also prefer that easy way to get off the mark. But Virat's been that in that sense, not really short pitch, but short of good length is that length that has troubled them previously as well.
Yeah, but I think in few of the practice sessions also, the previous practice sessions in the lead up to this test, I think one of the most important things that has been in the focus for Indian batters is the back of a length deliveries only. That how do you basically strengthen or sharpen more of your back foot display. Something that maybe we had talked a lot about. Dhruv Jurel also, the way he displayed it in that unofficial game against Australia at the MCG.
KL Rahul at Perth.
KL Rahul at Perth also, for that matter. I think maybe this is something that the Indian batters would really be looking forward to. But then, if one thing that I would want to see as far as the Indian batting is concerned, rather than just being aggressive towards the likes of Mitchell Starc and company, I would really want Indian batters to tire them out also. Because it's not just the case of just going after the bowling, playing your shots or whatever it is. I think it's going to be important to play the waiting game. If there's one thing that I have at least realized that after the first two test matches is that sometimes you need a certain Cheteshwar Pujara. Sometimes you really need someone who can play that kind of an innings, who can tire the batters out too.
The only difference I had, because I know a lot of people are talking about a Cheteshwar Pujara, see, those test matches were played on different pitches.
Yeah.
So if you again start producing those kind of pitches where you would get 500 runs or 450 runs by both teams, then I agree you will miss a person who's going to stick around and play 200, 250, 300 balls. I agree. But we haven't got pitches like that so far. And signs are you may not get those kind of pitches going forward. I'm not saying that that's a disadvantage to India, but I think that the trend of these short test matches finishing early, where no matter how good you're looking, they will have the ball will come by which will have your name on it, will happen. So even if in these conditions you had a Cheteshwar Pujara, in these conditions, I don't think he would have been as useful for you as he was in those previous two tours. Again, I'm saying it's only based on pitches. It is another matter that Gabba serves as a good batting pitch as it was serving us a few years ago, or Melbourne also ends up serving you that. I don't see the signs of that happening. In fact, what you saw in Adelaide, what you saw in Perth, and what you are seeing now of Brisbane, I don't know what to make of the pitch, because if you go to social media, everyone seems to have a different opinion. These are the latest pictures, and because there are a lot of fake pictures also doing the round, this is the most kosher, authentic pic that we have zeroed in, which is actually of the Brisbane pitch on match day -1. So this is exact pitch where they are going to be playing. And from the looks of it, it's not as green as it was 3 days ago, which is also not surprising because they keep shaving off the grass. Having said that, to me, it's not even looking as brown as you used to get in Australia. Those brown pitches that you got at the Gabba. I'm going back to 2021 or previously in Test matches that you would get at Gabba, or the pitches you would get in Melbourne or in Sydney, brownish color pitches. It's not even looking like that.
Yeah.
So I still, from the looks of it, I know people are split. A lot of people on social media, some are saying no, there'll be runs on this. Some are saying that no, it's going to be easy. How I see it, and is again, pitch making is not an exact science. Gautam Gambhir was there, spending a lot of time. I'm sure he's taken in all the inputs that he could. For me, it looks like 2 short first innings coming up, and maybe by day 2 and 3 you get runs again, depending who's batting. So runs in the second innings. But the first 2 innings seems to be quick short ones to me.
Like the 2013 series. For example, when England-Australia managed just about 250 and then England got out 136. Australia managed 400 in the next. That's, I think...
Like not even going that far, like in Perth.
Both.
2 short first innings and then second inning India scored big, and I agree that Australia could have, but I think the circumstances, the target was so huge that you played a very different kind of game.
I don't know why, but this just feels to be like live grass more. It's not a grass cover in that sense. I think this is really live grass. And don't you think that, I think the wicket was hard enough. That's why I think Shubman Gill had that to say that there are going to be runs on this wicket. But with the live grass, I think the Australians are expecting to extract some juice out of this. So even I feel to begin with, maybe there is a lot of juice in there because of the conditions as well. And moving ahead, I think there are going to be decent enough runs. Just like Perth, first innings it's going to be short, and then you might end up
this
seeing
kind
good
of
runs.
reminds me of that 2003 pitch when India played their first test against Australia in Brisbane.
Saurav Ganguly 100.
The only one who's...
The kind of the grass in Australia is probably to hold the wicket together. Remember, it's been incredibly hot and humid in Brisbane. So at this point, you are also seeing further interruptions in the coming days. You can check the video that we have done on the weather report. It's not looking...
Give us if we cannot see the video, give it quickly, brief. What is the... You're scaring me with that.
There is rain predicted on all 5 days. Day 1 looks very bad. 88% chances of rain throughout.
Oh my God.
And...
That's a terrible news to give.
Yeah. Then
after a brilliant breaking news yesterday of Gukesh winning, you were telling us rain, 80% chance of rain.
80%.
Then day 2 to day 5, more than 50% chances.
Yes,
of rain.
but there is an underlining thing in that. You are getting only 1 or 2 passing showers in the afternoon period. Otherwise, you are going to have morning a shower, then you'll play on. But day 1 seems heavily truncated.
But you said there will be rain in Adelaide. There was not any rain.
No,
so
I
hoping...
said day 1 there would be rain.
But it was not.
That wasn't.
So I hope your prediction is wrong.
Yeah.
Because I want to see cricket.
I know. And especially now you are not in the 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. tests anymore. You are in the 5 a.m. period.
5:50?
5:50?
Yeah,
First
550.
ball.
First ball, 5:20 is the toss.
Just a reminder, which we do a little later. 5:50, we're going to be
5:20.
live at 5:20.
5:20 is the
5:20,
toss.
Is the toss. Yeah. So 5 o'clock, we'll be live.
Yep.
Or 5:20. 5:20, okay. We'll be
5:20.
live 5:20 as soon as the toss is done, 11s are out. If the toss is done. And if there is no...
Then we'll give a live
But we'll
update.
quick give a update that it's raining and whatever. But if the toss is done, playing 11 are out, join us at 5:20
Yep.
for a live. Yeah, sorry. Going back.
So
They're like, there may not be any logic to this, but the first time I saw this wicket, I thought that we are probably going to have another 1.5 day test. The first one that I'm referring to is the Australia versus South Africa one in 2022.
but there was no difference.
That was the first thought that came to my mind when I first
There
saw
was no difference between the pitch and the outfield there. I'm sorry. It was emerald grass which was totally covering that pitch. And you saw 1.5 days. I'm surprised why the pitch wasn't rated poor. It was a poor pitch. But again, that was a course correction what Brisbane had to do, because Brisbane was giving out flat decks most of the time. Looking at 2020, 2021, they said, I think we have to do something drastic. And they dished out something totally polar opposite to it. Now, looking at it, looks like a 2003 kind of a wicket. Whereas you can get a 250, 300 score, might get better to bat on, but the periods of sunshine are not going to bake this pitch down. You're going to have rain interruptions on a very inconsistent basis on all the days, except day 5.
So it's going to be interesting what the captains would want to do after the toss. I think that's going to be really interesting.
I feel if it's going to be a juicy pitch and shot 2 first innings, still bat first.
Yeah.
Because later in the test match, batting last, while conditions will get better for batting in the second innings for both teams, batting last is always troublesome. There's always a pressure. So I would, like if I'm a batter, I know that even if I'm batting first or second, it's going to be in tough conditions only. Yeah. And second is better. So third innings of the match is best time to bat on.
Yeah.
So bat third inning. Fourth, if it's baking as much as Siddharth is saying, the pitch will keep baking. Then after day 3, if it does go there and if there's rain, then it might. Then you start getting that up and down, scoreboard pressure, chasing a big total.
Plus Nathan Lyon comes into the game.
Yeah.
He's got a fantastic record at Gabba, 98 wickets. 2 more, he's getting to 100.
So and Nathan Lyon, is he playing?
Nathan, no, I don't know. We'll get to that. But their Nathan Lyon is 100%.
Yeah, he is definitely.
We don't know about it. But on that subject, Hazelwood is back. What do you make of it? Boland couldn't have been an easy call.
Yeah, I mean, like for like, see, whenever Scott Boland has played, it's because Hazelwood has not been there in the team. I mean, look at why he got such a big run in the 2020 on Ashes in Australia. Hazelwood got injured with a side strain after the first test. So Boland played from that particular moment onwards from Melbourne. After that, World Test Championship, Hazelwood wasn't there in the final. It was Scott Boland. Adelaide, Hazelwood wasn't there, so Scott Boland comes in. And you can't drop Hazelwood because he's got an average of 23 in Brisbane. Yeah. 2 5-wicket hauls.
Plus he's done his time, I guess.
He's done his time.
I'm actually surprised that a low-grade side strain took more than 2 weeks to heal.
It was a genuine side strain then.
No, but I think he's a good addition once again to the squad because you can't really, I think, drop him knowing that he has a brilliant record not just in Gabba but in Australian conditions too overall. Yeah. So I think he had to come. But then would you, I think, want to play a certain Scott Boland ahead of Nathan Lyon, assuming it's a green pitch? Now that's something India can only do.
No, I don't.
They would never drop their best spinner. Exactly. Never.
See, that's the difference. One, they're better bowler. Unlike India, Akashdeep was okay in the pecking order ahead, right? But you suddenly change, you got excited. Australia will not do that.
Yeah.
They'll play the regular side strain, so he went out, but he comes back when he's fit, even though Boland had an outstanding game. Also, I think it just so happened that particular conditions or the game suited Boland's sort of bowling. Yeah. It's not to say that Boland can't do well in these conditions, but that suited him a bit more. And now Hazelwood comes back, will suit him, Gabba more. But I think the one thing to consider here, for Australia, it's not even an issue. I mean, you're only getting better, slightly better. Even if you were to go with Boland, not too much of an issue. But I think the biggest thing is, and this is what is the stark difference between two teams, Australia actually are spoiled for choices when it comes to their fast bowlers, where they actually now, even dropping a Boland, you're saying, my God, is it an issue or not? India, on the other hand, you still don't know what your best bowlers are. So, okay, we're getting some...
breaking news at this point.
Okay, we're getting news that both the BCCI and PCCI agreed for T20 World Cup that Park won't travel for the India-Park League game to India and will play that in Colombo. But they will get to host an ICC women's tournament after 2027. Turned out exactly... So we'll of course have a detailed video on that once we're done with our dugout. But what we can tell you is that the official Champions Trophy finally has been approved. Basically the same way as it had been, as we had been saying. It'll be hybrid. India play their games in Dubai, and then when India hosts the T20 World Cup, Park will play their league games
in Colombo. Yeah, but then the final print in that is, what if India Pakistan get into the final? That time India are hosting the final. What do you do then?
Yeah,
that is going to test this so-called fragile agreement that is there. Yeah. People want to be kept happy. But I'm sorry, more tests are coming your way in this. If suppose India-Pakistan reach the final of an ICC event and both teams are insistent on a hybrid model, what do you do then? Play it in a neutral country?
Yeah, then the final will be in a neutral country, na?
Ahmedabad, suppose you're hosting it in Ahmedabad or Kolkata, where you're going to get lot of eyeballs, lot of traction, lot of revenue. You want to kill the golden goose. Good luck. Good luck in doing that.
In 50 over only. That's for sure now.
Anyway, see, the hula baloo created around 2026 and 2031 was farcical. You know very well that India, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh are co-hosting it. The only problem would have been 2029 Champions Trophy, where India was going to host it. At that time, would Pakistan have admitted that, yes, okay, let's have a hybrid model for that? Okay, so be it. Women's, now that seems to be a very weak compromise formula that is there at this point in time of the women's tournament.
No, even they also won't come, na. Even Pakistan is not going to come for the T20 World Cup. All their games will be played in Sri Lanka. Anyways, that I don't think that's a loss for India.
Same for...
Anyways, it was co-hosting. With
Same for 2031. Pakistan will play all their games in Bangladesh, not in India. I'm only talking about what if there is a final. Then will the hybrid model kick in? That is the only thing I would want to know.
Interesting, but having Pakistan in an ICC tournament final looks very...
Again, that is subjective. It can happen. It can happen. What if?
No, but
Unhoni honi ho jaye.
That final will be in Colombo only. Until and unless Pakistan don't qualify. If Pakistan qualifies, then... Sorry, if Pakistan qualifies, it will be in Colombo. Then only if they don't qualify, then only it will be Ahmedabad then.
Well, it'll be then Sri Lanka's gain. So that's good in that sense then, if Sri Lanka gain from this. But it's a very, very, again, old wine in a new bottle kind of a thing which has been presented at, oh, all three parties are happy. Okay. So be it. Let you be happy.
No, but I think it's sort of it's not a loss for Pakistan in that sense, because if India has also agreed on not hosting on Pakistan not coming to India, I think that's something that they can at least go back with and tell their people that at least we have come on the same page as far as that is concerned, that if they aren't coming, we are also not going to go there.
Well, I don't know. I think it's not a loss for Pakistan. That's actually bad news. You have to hit them where it hurts hard.
No, I think the best case scenario was this for Pakistan. Anyways, it wasn't going to India wasn't going to go to Pakistan.
No, plus there is no clarity on whether the final will also be outside of India. Whether they reach or not is another thing. There's no clarity. And I think that was the area where India was stuck. That they didn't want the final out. They were very happy to accommodate Pakistan's league game in Sri Lanka. Simply because Sri Lanka are the co-hosts. So, they anyway are going to get a lot of matches. They were very okay with it. But I don't think they were happy with the fact that the final, if Pakistan reaches, they would allow it to happen outside of India. And I don't think they've changed their stance.
They've changed
on that.
their stance,
so probably PCB would have agreed on that.
But what actually was taking time for this decision to come out? I think both the parties had come on this decision a few days back only.
Yeah, but the issue was with the
India
final.
wasn't signing. No. It was
no.
also what they wanted in writing.
Yes, but because they wanted even the final. So the final was the issue. India had no problem with them playing league games here. They wanted to play the final also. We still don't have clarity on that. That's why I said we'll update you on once I'm just waiting for that, whether that final or what.
Yeah, the status quo I think remains as it is.
On that. Just the fact that the schedule is
Still awaited.
That I think you'll only come to know after 18th or the 19th.
Okay, let's get back to the
Let's
game.
get to Brisbane,
The test match that we're all waiting for. WTC is kind of out, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, looking at...
That's the ICC tournament I'm looking forward to, that's why.
Exactly.
We have to have a dugout on how seriously should the WTC be actually
Yeah, that's another debate.
That's another debate. That you can have after January 8th, when this BGT ends. And you have only... 7th. 8th you'll have the dugout. No? Then. Because then only one series is remaining. Only one series is remaining after that. You have got your one finalist secured. Yeah, only Australia, Lanka is there in January.
But Siddharth is confident that the Sydney test is going to last 5 days.
Because I think it could be rain. Typically, January is Sydney. That's why there was a petition to move the Sydney test to some other venue because of the rain and how many times it has been impacted by rain. So that's why I feel Sydney could be a draw because of the weather that is there. But they're all saying, no, Sydney this time will be great. It will be totally awesome. No rain threat. So let's see.
There's some record also, right? If I'm not wrong, that Australia playing in Brisbane before Christmas.
Yes, that
and
we
playing after Christmas.
Yeah.
that we already highlighted a couple of dugouts back.
Yeah, it was very skewed in favor of Australia playing before
Before
because the
Christmas.
pitch is fresher. So in those tougher conditions,
And last
teams
time
struggle.
Tim Payne had a say on that as well.
Yeah, Tim Payne said that I might as well ask India whether we are allowed to. That's how he felt that India dominated. Okay, let's get down to the burning question, and that's going to be what team India plays. Australia, no problem, won a test match. They're going in with momentum. They've already made that change only to even better their team for what they were. Hazelwood comes in, but India's 11 is going to be not a good headache, but a bad
Bad
one.
one.
At this
See, most of us, I think, have ensured the batting will not be an issue. The bowling, that's where we'll have a lot of disagreements on.
batting will not be an issue, but the issue is actually with batting.
I know, but then the players who are getting selected, and in the order also that we, even order also, I think it's sorted.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with your openers.
Yashasvi and Rohit.
Your openers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yashasvi Rohit.
Yashasvi Rohit.
So just write Yashasvi to start with. Yeah. For all of us,
Yeah.
because that is not a debate, na,
Haan.
Pawan. Nobody is debating on whether Yashasvi is the opener or not. So obviously unanimous, without any doubt, that Yashasvi Jaiswal is going to be your opener. So that's that. Now next question is, so 3 of them has said Rohit, because I'm not going with that. I would still want KL to open, because and I have my reasons
This is
for
what
it.
we would want, or is this
Your team, is your
Yeah.
name written or
Rohit
BCCI's name written?
for 3
Is
and
it written BCCI or is it written
Nikhil
Sharp
is
first?
KL. Hmm.
It going against your name, na? Whatever little credibility is up at stake, na? So you have to put in for that. So everyone.
You're writing at the wrong keyboard.
Rohit.
So 3 of them have gone with Rohit as an opener. As I said, I will still have KL Rahul as an opener, and I'll give you my reasons, and everyone can chip in with their reasons. Okay, you
Even
are-
now, if it for me also KL Rahul then. Yeah, no, because for me it was my team. That's why.
So whose team were you making?
No, I thought that
What India will
what India will pick. I was picking that.
Okay. So it's a 2-2.
2-2, yes.
So let's go one person. Why Rohit? Anybody?
I think he looked completely out of sorts at number 6, and I'm actually fine with the fact that he can bat at number 6. He has a good record, but then you wouldn't really, want to change things like this in the middle of a series, like you did it in the second test. And I will always go back to the most important fact that that it was there before the start of the BGT. That had KL Rahul, had Rohit Sharma been available for the first test, then who would have opened? It would have been Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rohit Sharma only. It's as simple as that, and KL Rahul would have batted at number 6. Rohit, I think his best position is to bat in the top of the order, that is to open the innings. And for me, he goes there. KL Rahul, as it has been said by Gautam Gambhir, that he is a very flexible batter, can bat at any position. Might as well have him at number 6. He will have to face the new ball, so no problems with that.
Number 6, how do you know? Say, for that, your
You need to cross
players
80
have to
overs.
80 overs, na? Exactly my point.
But I'm confident that this time they
Now,
will.
their first inning will struggle, but I'll tell you why I want KL to open is because, to the contrary, if you had started with Rohit coming in pink ball, it would make sense. Now, if you again change your batting order, I think you're sending a signal to the opposition, you're panicking. One match you did this, one match you're doing, so clearly you have no idea what you're going to do. And if you had a belief as to there was a reason that you had to open with KL, then you might as well continue with the reason. Secondly, the most important reason, the way Rohit batted in those 2 innings does not give me that much confidence that he is your guy to open. Had he looked good against the moving ball, and with the reports that we, though I don't read too much into the practice report, but even in the practice against the new ball, he's been struggling. So how does that give me that much confidence that he can be your guy? KL in that sense has shown me something in this series, even though he's played a few more test matches. So I'm actually maximizing my chance of doing better as a team. And that remains that. I still feel that Rohit at 6, if he changes his approach, that counter-attacking, by the time even if he doesn't face the new ball, at least the ball will be slightly older whenever he comes. That counter-attacking inning will suit him better at that position is what what I think.
I personally, whenever there are situations like this, I look at what will cause the least damage to the Indian team. And I think keeping KL Rahul at the top and getting Rohit Sharma in the middle order will cause the least damage. Two reasons for that. Firstly, it will send a panic button to, it will show panic because see again, Australia lost the first test match. They had a terrible batting performance in both the innings. They still backed Nathan McSweeney. So that I think if they would have changed their opening slot at that position, I think they would not have ended up winning the second test match because everything would have just gone haywire. Rohit Sharma should have opened to begin with. It should not have been KL Rahul. So at that point, when Rohit Sharma wasn't too sure about his batting skills as compared to a KL Rahul, then I think he should stick to it now and continue. And anyways, Rohit Sharma at the top, Rohit Sharma in the middle order. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because Rohit Sharma, if at the top of the order, gets out cheaply, I think then it's going to be a lot of pressure on the whole Indian team because we have seen this in the past that the way somebody gets out to begin with, that just sort of rubs off on everyone else. Everyone else sort of plays it on their mind like that and approaches their batting like that moving ahead. So that is why I would stick to KL Rahul now because again I feel it's not going to change much, but it's just the least damage. I feel that could have been.
Rohit gets out at the top, there is pressure. Rohit gets out batting at 6, there is pressure. What do you do then?
So still there, I feel that you have a Pant, you have Nitish Reddy at least for now. So yeah.
No, again, see, the problem is Rohit in any position now is woefully out of form. Let's be very honest
That's
about
the
it.
thing, the least damage where it will go.
But when he was top, when he was even at number 6, he still lost. That too, wherever it wasn't by close margins, you lost by big margins. What Rohit Sharma is comfortable with, when you played him in Adelaide, he was doing something which he had not done for 6 years. What was he doing prior to that? Opening. I think you have to get the status quo back. If Rohit can counterattack in the red ball, I mean, it's Rohit Sharma's luck you threw him in the deep end in the pink ball. And he played mostly in the night and in the twilight period. Okay. Now, if you want to correct the wrong, make him bat at the top where batting conditions are actually good for batting. Why can't he naturally be a stroke player then? KL as a buffer will be really, really good then.
So even though I have picked KL to open because these are our 11, but I know the team will play Rohit because the kind of indication you're getting from the practice session, he's been batting against a new ball, batting alongside Yashasvi Jaiswal. So the indications are such that he's going to be playing, but since we are picking our 11s, what we think is that we're allowed to do that. Okay, I have taken the liberty, or in fact not me, our producer Pawan has taken the liberty of writing player number 3, 4, 5 for all of us. Is there anyone, and please keep showing it to our viewers as well, is there anyone who disagrees with our man Pawan? And if you are, then we'll make that change. If you're not, we can smartly move ahead.
Totally 100% sealed. Thumbs up. Yes, this is the one that I'm going with. And you can even write 6 here because those who have got Rohit will have KL at 6. Those who have KL will have Rohit at 6. So you can write that also. That also sorts out now by itself. Yeah.
Even at 6. It's so going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
Now we are reaching.
Even at 6 we can write Rohit or KL.
Yeah, we can.
Suits.
No, so of course for me it is Rohit and for you KL. So then you can write it like that. Okay.
Yep. So Rohit there and it'll be KL for even Gulati then.
You can even write captain in front of Rohit. That's also not changing.
Okay. Since I'll have to do another live, so can I quickly finish my 11 before I go, and you guys can debate who you want there or not.
Yeah.
So for me,
Nikhil.
Yeah. I've got a very
left field selection. So at number 7, I have got a Sundar. Okay. And I have at number 8 Reddy.
Harshit Rana.
Ah.
At 9, I've got Akashdeep. At 10, I have got Bumrah. And at 11, I have a Siraj. So I do not want to hamper myself. See, spinners have been underutilized in the series so far.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would never drop Ashwin. The only reason I'm doing that is because I'm falling short on my fast bowling talent. And I'm playing Nitish because I think he'll give me some overs, but that's not happening. So I'm effectively playing him for his batting. If I now want to cover up that front, I've got a Sundar, so that in terms of spin, because that spin skill is being underutilized. So I'm okay with a Sundar being that, because a spinner is not getting the chance to really come into his own so far in the series. We've seen 2 test matches, and if the third test match is also similar pitch, I'm sacrificing that skill. But I don't want to sacrifice my fast bowling skill. So the report is that Sundar as well as Nitish Reddy will play. What I'm doing is that I'm packing my batting till 8.
Yeah.
But I'm only playing 3 bowlers, my friend.
Yes.
Only 3 bowlers. Sundar as a spinner in those conditions doesn't inspire confidence. Nitish Reddy as a medium pace all-rounder doesn't inspire confidence. I'm playing with 3 bowlers. If the second inning is going to be great for batting, I'm staring at a long time into the crease.
But
So-
here also you're playing with 3 bowlers only effectively.
No, 4.
No, I'm not. Rana and the kind of form Rana is in.
But he's a bowler, no?
Yeah.
That way, though, you can say Siraj is not a bowler. Many people are saying, I'm talking about he's an out and out bowler.
Are you trusting Washington Sundar so much as a batter that you're going in for Sundar instead of a Jurel?
If I need 42 is what Nitish Reddy is giving me. No, I'm just saying. But I need a spinner also, no, for the second innings.
Yeah.
I have to balance my team, no. I need a spinner also. So I'm sacrificing my spinner, my better spinner in Jadeja Ashwin for a lesser spinner because of that batting, because you're not comfortable not having the 7th batter. So he fits my batter. But I need now proper 4 fast bowlers. I can't make do with a
Nitish Reddy.
makeshift bowler. 4 fast bowlers, out and out fast bowler. Whether they're in form, not form, don't get wicket, that's another debate altogether, right?
Yeah.
So this is my team, and you are free to agree, disagree with that.
Yep.
I will see you shortly.
Yes. So, Gulati, you can go next for your team. What you are picking at 7? You can pick 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 10, 11, we are all agreeing on this thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, 10, 11 also, all of us have agreed. Bumrah and Siraj. Okay. So, we are all agreeing on that front also, that number 10 and number 11 will
10
have
and 11.
Bumrah and Siraj, all of us. The only conundrum is going to be 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so I'll go with that. At number 7, I think it may be a left field selection, but I'm going to go with a Dhruv Jurel.
Oh.
So for me, there are going to be a total of 7 batters. See, one thing that has been established over the first 2 tests is that India's batting is obviously their weak link, and this has been, I think, clearly visible in the 4 innings that, okay, not the Perth second innings, because obviously conditions got a little better and India applied themselves better also in that inning. So for me, at number 7, it is going to be Dhruv Jurel. At number 8, Washington Sundar. I think I was really tempted to play a certain R Ashwin for that matter, but then I think if there's one thing that we have seen is that, batting is one thing that is really worrying me, and Sundar, I think in these conditions, let's just not forget that he made his test debut at this very location only. So for me, I think Sundar plays, he would have that confidence also, have that good memories also. Nothing against Ashwin, it's just that Sundar offers me more batting flexibility in comparison to Ashwin. I know at number 8, usually in test cricket you would want a bowler to feature in your playing 11, but then India's batting has been their weakest link so far. So I'll have Sundar at 8. I am
be playing just 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 3 fast. I'm going to go with a total of 4 bowlers only.
3 only, na? Sundar you cannot be counting as a...
I am counting Sundar as my spinner, so he's going to be my 4th bowler. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And for me, the number 10 is Bumrah, 11 is Mohammad Siraj. At number 9, it is going to be once again Harshit Rana.
Rana. Okay.
I am not going to drop him after this test, after the one test that he had in Adelaide.
You'll drop him after we lose the series. You'll drop him after we lose the series.
No, I actually trust in him to do well in these conditions, because these are actually going to be the perfect conditions to play Harshit Rana.
So you're already playing a bowler short, like I'm just talking about in that sense, because you're playing Sundar as far because of his batting, more because of his batting rather than his bowling. So that just clearly means that you're playing him on his batting, not on his bowler. Yeah, he definitely will chip in with the ball, but you are playing him because he can contribute with the bat.
Absolutely. To me, Sundar
So
is a
you're already
proper
playing
all-rounder.
3 bowlers, and out of which one is Harshit Rana.
I am basically fielding in a total of 4 bowlers. Bumrah, Siraj, Harshit Rana.
Sundar, to anyways you are playing. See, if it was just down to bowling,
I just
who
said
would you
one.
play?
I just said one thing, that if it was just down to bowling, I would have definitely gone with Ashwin. The point here is that Sundar may not be as great a bowler as Ashwin is. Obviously, he might take some time to reach there, and good fitness also is going to be an important factor there. But then you know that your batting is not really helping your confidence
You're
that
playing
much.
him because of the batting, right?
Absolutely,
That's why I'm saying
he
you're
offers you
already-
more batting flexibility.
That's why I'm saying you're already playing with in that sense, a wicket taker less. Okay, you're calling it bowler. Let's just be on the same page with that. You're playing one less wicket taker in that sense.
I never said that Sundar is not a wicket
No,
taking
I'm not-
bowler.
In comparison to a Jadeja and an Ashwin, he's lesser of a wicket taker. That's right.
I think he cannot be compared to Ashwin and Jadeja. Has he played the same number of matches as both of them?
No, as a bowler, that's exactly what you said, Nangulati sir. That as
I
a
said
bowler,
it.
he's
I'm
not
not-
as effective as an Ashwin or a Jadeja.
I'm
Right?
obviously,
So
and
you're
that's
playing him on the merit of his batting.
basically down to his experience. Had he played around 50, 60 odd test matches, then the experience would have been then the comparison would have been fair.
But you are still playing him because of his batting. I'm just coming to that. And out of which one is Harshit Rana, which your team at the end of the day is your
Yeah. So I am basically playing Sundar only because of one thing. He offers me, he's a good bowler, no doubts about that. He offers me more batting flexibility in comparison to Ashwin. It's as simple as that. That's it.
Okay, so we've had a big hefty debate on this. I mean, see, again, it's a Kua and Khai situation where it comes to the Indian bowling department, because one, I know somewhere down the line, I think my thoughts are also aligning with the Indian team. But even I'm also going to make some left field selections at this point in time, especially when it comes to number 7 and number 8. Our number 10 and 11 are sorted in a Jasprit Bumrah and a Mohammad Siraj for all of us. Okay. Yep. Well, so in that way, if I have to pick my number 7, then I'm going, you go, what is your number 7?
Mine.
Yeah.
See, mine would have been Sarfaraz, but because you have given Jurel an opportunity ahead of him earlier, that's why, just for that continuity, I'm also going to go with Jurel.
You're going to go with Jurel.
Not Nitish Reddy. So
Okay,
Reddy
I'm
is
going
none
with
of the
Reddy.
teams.
I'm with
Just in your
Nitish
team.
Reddy. Yeah.
You didn't go with Reddy as well.
I'm picking Nitish Reddy
No.
simply because as a batter, he's outperformed the top order, barring a Yashasvi Jaiswal and a KL Rahul to a certain extent. Okay. My number 8, I am picking a Jaddu.
Oh.
I am picking Jadeja at number 8. He fulfills two things for me. As a batter, I have got much more pedigree in the Sena countries when you compare Ashwin, Jadeja and Sundar when you have to look at their Sena records. Jadeja has played far more, Ashwin's played far less, because Jadeja was your automatic pick in that sense. So that is why Jaddu plays for me. He offers me the balance both with the bat and with the ball. If I want someone to hold up one end, I am going to go with Jaddu.
Okay.
So that is why my number 8 is a Jaddu. And then after that, it's open to a debate. Who's your number 8? Because you picked Nikhil picked Rana, you picked Sundar, isn't it? Gulati? You picked Sundar. And I have picked a Jaddu. Now, Harshit, for you, Shashwat?
I'll also pick a Jaddu. I'd also
Jaddu?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'd also
okay.
pick a Jaddu just because I feel in these conditions, Jaddu will be a little more effective as a spinner than Ashwin. Perth, I felt Ashwin because with the ping ball, you sort of get that bounce. He's a high arm bowler. He gets that thing. He could have extracted that from the wicket. But here, I think you need a left arm. Also, a little side on. He's somebody who can vary his pace and utilize the conditions better than Ashwin in as far as Brisbane is concerned. That's why I would go with Jaddu as my spinner.
Okay, so we have got Jaddu here. Okay, so two guys have picked Jaddu. Only one has picked Sundar, but no one has picked an Ash, who bowled relatively well at Gabba.
Yes.
I mean at Adelaide. Yeah. And of course, when you look at it, Harshit Rana, he's on thin ice.
No, I think I'd pick Ashwin only. It was a really close call for me. So
you're not making Pawan's life any easier, by the way.
Second time he has done it.
Yeah, second. Yeah, so instead of Jaddu, with all your mehnat, Pawan, put Ash.
I think because again Ashwin, I think
That's
it's
it, yeah.
it was very close for me to pick between Ashwin and Jadeja, but I
Yeah.
think just the fact that Ashwin, the kind of impact he has on the Aussies, I'm just going to give him that slight edge there.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, I mean, see, this will be his first test at the Gabba, by the way. He didn't play in
According
2020.
to my 11.
Yeah.
Not
If he
according-
plays, if he plays, see,
Had he been fit, he would have played ahead of Sundar.
Sundar.
Yes.
So amongst this current lot, when you look at it, Rohit, Gill, Pant, and these three have played. Siraj also has played at Gabba in that 2021 miracle. Okay. Anybody else I'm missing from this lot?
No.
Okay. Number 9 for me, I will pick is Akash Deep for me.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, Nitish Reddy gives me the balance, but Harshit Rana, sorry, with the bat and with the ball also, he's looked like a shark machli in a pond. If I have to use the taking to test cricket like a fish to water, he's taking it as if like he's like a shark machli in a pond. So that is why he looks totally out of depth in that sense. And that is why for me, Akash Deep makes it. He should have anyway played in Adelaide. I don't know why he didn't. Although, what you said, it also rung a bell that, maybe hit the deck. Perhaps Harshit is that guy.
Exactly.
But is Harshit that high on confidence?
You have all the reasons to drop Harshit Rana, and I am absolutely going to agree with both of you also that Akashdeep must play ahead of Harshit Rana. But then, yes, he did not really do well in Adelaide. Was smashed all around the park by Travis Head for that matter. But overall, if you see it from the perspective of the conditions, why isn't he a better bet than Akashdeep in Brisbane? More of a hit the deck bowler.
No, but that's the problem now. He's just hit the deck bowler. There is nothing else. He has no other trick up his sleeve. There is nothing else. As soon as he's taken, it's not even like hit the deck, he's quick off the blocks. That's also not the case. So even if he's hit the deck, he gets that bounce, it's still he's not going to extract that much pace. And as soon as he's attacked with that sort of an approach, then he has no other plan to go to. So I just feel it's going to, the more you play Harshit Rana from here, the more you're going to make his confidence weak. You're going to break his confidence even more the more you play him now.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
For me also, it's going to be Akashdeep, Siraj and Bumrah.
Yeah, you could have kept only Akash. We could have understood who the deep is in that sense. So, okay, so you can make it only Akash, okay, so that there is no other issues on that front. So, as far as, okay, so this is, you have picked Bumrah also as number 10. I have also picked Bumrah as 10. Only 7, 8 and 9 are our, and also one of the opening, but that will always be a conundrum. But I think Rohit is opening for the simple reason that yes, if you keep him at 6, I think it's a further indication you're destroying your own captain's confidence. Because what did he say in Adelaide? It is not easy, but I'm doing it for the team.
Yeah.
But then after one match, I think Rohit will say, boss, team weem sab sahi hai, but you're destroying my own confidence.
Exactly.
So I'm going up the order. I will set the template. If I fail, well, I fail. So in that sense, so our number 7, 8 and 9 are totally different, with 2 guys picking Jurel, one picking Sundar, the other picking Reddy. But my spinner is different. My spinner is Jaddu. Shashwat's picked Ash. You picked Rana and you picked Sundar. So amongst all of us, Nikhil's the only guy who's gotten a number 8 as a pacer. His number 7 is a spinner in Washington Sundar. But looking at how Washington Sundar, I don't know, did he do well in Perth? Did he do well in Perth to
Took a
merit?
few wickets, couple of wickets, yeah.
But then he was dropped for Ash in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Again, I have no head or tail or body as to why he was dropped. Sundar. After a decent outing in Perth, why would you drop him for the pink ball? I don't understand in that sense. Because it's not as if Ash is, okay, I understood he's a very good pink ball bowler, leading wicket taker for India in pink ball. But at this point in time, Ash, can he play even in, when you look at it, Brisbane? Because he's not played there.
Correct.
With the bounce factor that is there, with everything that is around, can he truly maintain his place? That is one thing which I'll be really, really tempted to. But then looking at my playing 11, Yashasvi, Rohit, Gill, Virat, Pant, KL. I think we have no problems with the batting 11. Yeah, KL, Rohit, that is a flip that can happen.
Correct.
Reddy, I will still persist. Because see, as a bowler, I know he's not going to give me everything. I picked him for my batting because my team's batting is incredibly fragile. That's why I've got a Nitish Reddy plus double buffer. I have got a Jaddu. Akashdeep can also tonk around Bumrah and Siraj. This is my 11 in that sense when I look at it. Shashwat, what would you like to say about your playing 11? These are my things because I've given double buffer for the batting. I've got a better spinner in Sena conditions.
I see better. I think this should be the ideal playing 11. Reasons being, I'd go with pure 7 batters and pure 4 bowlers. That is Ashwin, Akashdeep, Bumrah, and Siraj. Ashwin, I would back any day just because of firstly, I think the kind of psychological edge he has over the Australian batters, be it Steve Smith, Manas Labuschagne, anybody. I think that is something that he gives me advantage of, and he did not bowl bad in the Perth as far as in Adelaide. His bowling was concerned. Jurel, I went with Jurel. The only reason I think Reddy as a batter definitely has scored those 40-50 odd runs. But if I have to go with a pure batter, I'm going to go ahead with a Jurel for that reason. Because Jurel showed me confidence in the 2 games. The 1 game he played, then he was dropped. So if it's about going, I would ideally have gone with a Sarfaraz, but just going with a Jurel for the reason that you picked Jurel ahead of a Sarfaraz earlier. So I would just stick to that.
Oh, it's very interesting. Fill in the blanks have been filled by the time I've come back. It's interesting to note that Siddharth's gone with pretty much the team that India went with the exception of Jaddu.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing. And you've made a change to the batting order. That's interesting. Shashwat's case, he's gone with only one change of Jurel coming in for Nitish Reddy, right? That's
Yes.
the only change you have made. And 3 fast bowlers, so 4 bowlers for you. And Akash, yeah. But I think Akashdeep is unanimous, right? For all of us.
Again, no, except for Gulati.
Oh, you've not gone. You've gone with Harshit.
I've
Why-
gone
why
with
is that?
7 batters. I think I realized that your batting is your weakest link.
No, that's
You need-
fine. No, you've gone with 8. Even Sundar is there. You've gone with 8 batting.
I'm going to go with the Sundar, I think primarily because of the fact that he is more flexible as a batter or more better as a batter than R. Ashwin. In Test cricket at number 8,
No, that
usually
he
you're
is,
going to...
without doubt.
Yeah, in Test cricket at number 8,
Yeah, that's fine. I just
Yeah.
want to know why are you the only one not going for Akashdeep for Harshit?
I think these are the conditions that are probably going to suit him the better because he is your hit the deck bowler. And I think that's why playing him another match, I think it might just do some good for his confidence.
See, this is what tells you what must the Indian team be going through it. Because as I said, I'm not to say any one of us is right or wrong. Each of us have our reasons as to why we're going with a certain 11. But imagine if you were tasked with picking the 11, supposing you were and you picked it, obviously 3 of us are going to be critical. And that just tells you the scanner under which the Indian team is.
I
at
would
the
need
moment.
migraine tablets all the time.
Yeah, whatever they pick is not going to satisfy some of us,
Yeah.
which is an extension of all the millions of fans that watch, because each of them will have their own, logic. And you're not, so whatever India does, and that's a very rare thing, by the way, because most of the times the 11, at best 1 or 2 player here and there is the debatable point, and most of us agree on the 11. This is for the very first time that I can see at least 3-4 different disagreement that we are having. And when I see this as a sample size, I only extrapolate it to all the viewers who are watching it, because I know that this is the kind of talk that will be happening. So for one of those rare occasions where there's so many changes that can be made that not one team is going to satisfy any one of the fan. And that also now tells you the stark difference between where Australia sit at the moment. No debate about what their team is. Fans would be happy, team would be happy, simple, straightforward, bang. India is scratching their head. That's not to say that that is a big disadvantage. India in the last over also, because of injuries were different, you had to keep changing your 11 and yet you succeeded. That's not to say that if you are in a fix with your 11 and in a problem, doesn't mean that you can't turn out a match-winning team. But it's not an ideal scenario to be in compared to where Australia is at the moment.
Yep. So
See, again, like you mentioned, there are too many changes, there are too many slots to be talked about. I don't think that's a great sign. I don't think that's even
it's
a...
not, but it's also not a guarantee that you're losing Mansisa.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a great sign. But as I said, the last series, you had a full series where you just had to keep changing for different reasons,
Yeah.
and yet you kept winning. It's not an ideal thing. No team would want to be in a scenario. But can you say now that because they're not in an ideal scenario they're going to lose? I can't say with certainty. I can't.
Yeah, but whatever it is, I hope whatever team they pick, because you've lost test matches because of wrong selection. Harshit, when you look at it, it was a wrong selection in Adelaide, because for Adelaide swing, you needed Akashdeep. Now, on a hit the deck, we are like saying, wow, you need a hit the deck bowler who's not in good confidence.
Hit the deck is not even quick enough.
As I said, he's taken to fish to water. He looks like a shark mostly in a pond. That is what I'm saying. Wrong position at this stage.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan says, he's complimenting Siddharth, saying the way he speaks about chess, he did a commendable job as compared to all channels. Well done,
Thank
Siddharth.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yep.
Thank you, Rakesh. For
Thank
your
you,
comments. Very
Rakesh.
nice.
Yes.
Abhilash is saying, when you said breaking news, I thought Rohit or Virat is retired.
Oh,
I was happy then that it was
Tai fish.
Tai fish.
Yeah. Tai fish.
Whole world knows now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but on that subject of, I think more than Virat, pressures on Rohit actually. This
Yeah.
series. This is going to be a defining series for him.
3 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it when 10 were left. That last 10.
As a leader, as a batter, 2025 to 27, that Damocles sword, I think it hangs more on Rohit, less on Virat then.
Last 3.
Yeah.
Either way.
Or 2. This test match, if it's washed out, then
No, but still 3. You will count it as one.
yeah. Yep. Saurav Mukherjee is saying, the way Nikhil defended Siraj, it'd be interesting to see what his stance would be come IPL when he crosses the line like every other season.
I couldn't care less because it doesn't matter to me. I don't care for any IPL team, quite
Yeah.
honestly. And unlike a few people that do get cheesed off because it happens against my team versus their team, I enjoy it. I love it. I'd like to see it.
Yep.
So long as you don't cross the line. I think, in fact, I did not defend him. I said at that moment he shouldn't have done
He
it to
shouldn't
head
have, yeah.
simply because it was head's day. And that is the day you accept defeat and you move on. No point saying anything. I'm just saying, if I was an aggressive bowler, on that day, I'd say,
Yeah.
sorry, you were good. But yeah, the day I've got him out cheaply, that's the day. Maybe next test match, let's say he gets him out cheaply. He has all the right to be aggressive. Because then he's got one back. That day, though, it was done. What I did not also like about Siraj is that throwing the ball.
Yeah, at
Ah.
Marnus
But
Labuskakni.
the benefit of the doubt I gave him, he did not see that beer stain.
Yeah.
How is he to know that there is a valid reason as to why he pulled out? Doesn't have.
It must have been from the corner of his eye and suddenly,
No,
oh,
but
sorry.
doesn't
sorry.
that come in sportsmanship? If a batter is stopping you, you need to have that camaraderie.
No,
that it's not for the wrong
Those
reason.
those days of camaraderie are long over.
I mean, look,
Where is that camaraderie?
if the Aussies are claiming about it, they are crying wolf. Okay, when Kevin Peterson had a genuine problem in the side screen in 2013 in Melbourne, Johnson flung a delivery at him. He said the side screen is so big. How can you not? How are you having a problem then? They had a big verbal.
Yeah.
But then at that time it was just said, oh, maybe Kevin Peterson's just trying to tick the Aussies off. But
He
no.
almost kicked Javed Miada.
Yeah.
They are the ones who are telling you what to do.
I
how
know.
to behave, please.
Aussies cry wolf the most. Let us make it very, very clear on that part. Danush is saying from 1995 to 2010, 15 batters had 50 plus test average. From 2011 to 2024, only 5 batters have 50 plus test average. Did Sachin bat in a tough era than Virat like everyone says?
It's a tough call to make. See, I agree that the one thing that everyone says is the quality of bowling, right? And that's the one debate that comes up because at that time you say that pretty much everywhere there were the best bowlers that were bowling, right? You had McGrath and Vaughan in Australia.
Wall Shambros in West
Walsh,
Indies.
Yeah, and then you had Pakistan.
You had Donald Pollock in South Africa.
Correct. But if you look at it, I think if you look at some of the bowlers that Virat has also faced, I don't think that they're inferior. In fact, truth be told, as much as I like Jason Gillespie, if you look at Australia's current attack, it's a more well-rounded attack
Yeah.
than even those days. Yes, and again, Nathan Lyon is no Shane Warne, but he's no, Tom, Dick or Harry either. So you've had to face some of the best in Australia. South Africa, Dale Steyn will finish as the greatest South African fast bowler. So Virat's played him
Yeah.
too. So I'm just saying that it is not. Also, a lot of these bowlers are still playing. So at England, you had Anderson and
Broad.
So once they and in fact at Sachin's time you didn't really have the best England bowlers. You had the likes
You
of
had
Lewis,
Harmison, Flintoff, Hoggard.
Lewis, side bottom come, and then Alan Mullally,
Mullally,
and
yeah.
various other plenty.
Yet
But
you
now-
didn't win there, yeah. That is
Yeah.
an abomination.
So my
yeah.
point is that. So I'm not saying either had better or worse. I think both had equally good bowling attacks. The one thing, that's why I say that the best comparison, and maybe someday when we do, the best comparison to compare Sachin and Virat, please do not bring white ball numbers because white ball cricket has changed a lot, conditions, the way they are played. So that's not a fair comparison. Test cricket is the only format that for hundreds of years has been similar. Same kind of ball, same kind of conditions. Pitches have changed, but changed over the years, sometimes good, bad. So it's pretty much on that front, same rules, same conditions you've had to deal with. Then you compare the two batters in Test cricket and how they have fared. I think same amount of bowling attacks. Everyone says हमारे time पे बहुत अच्छा होता था. Everyone is. That'll be a good comparison.
Yes. Debashish Roy is saying, with rain present, should we go with 4 bowlers?
I don't mind. I don't mind. Your batting is any which way is your weakest link, and then you have all the more reason to go with 4 bowlers.
4 bowlers.
No.
4
Like
fast bowlers.
no, he's just saying 4 bowlers and get a proper batter.
Yeah.
In which case you are playing either 1 spinner, 3 fast bowler, or 4 fast bowlers. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Nobody has done that. Now we effectively got 5 bowlers when you're even counting all rounders. He's saying just 4 bowlers.
Any which
and have a
ways-
that is the team that I picked for the Adelaide Test match.
Yes.
I had 4 bowlers but the
Yeah.
team did not.
Any which ways, I think your Nitish Reddy didn't even bowl much in the first 2 Test matches.
Exactly. Nathan Lyon bowled only 1 over. Nitish Reddy bowled more than him in the entire test. But Lyon's not getting dropped because the composition will be totally gone. They don't have a backup here. They don't have a spin bowling backup. Murphy,
Yeah, Travis
Kuhneman.
Head.
Yeah. But Head, yes.
They play. I mean, they could have gone with a Boland and a Hazelwood and asked Head to
Head
do
to
the
roll, yeah.
off spinner's job, but they won't do it.
Or a Labushin.
They won't do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They go with like the regular
Yeah.
tried and tested. But we are okay. थोड़ा सा ये skill आ रहा है. Let's.
Wait,
Australia technically have 5 pace bowling all rounders in their 11 abhi.
Mitchell
It's,
Marsh.
Mitchell Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins,
Labuschagne.
Mitchell Marsh and Labuschagne.
They
147.
are not all rounders. Let's be honest, guys. None
Wait.
of them are all rounders because Labuschagne cannot bowl. Of
course.
Yeah, he's not a bowler. Let's be honest. He's a batter, and the rest of them are bowlers. They can wield their willow.
Are India looking at Yashasvi as a bowling option? Because he was bowling quite a lot in the nets.
Leggy.
Yeah.
Even
He's been doing since a very long time.
in the right arm in swinging menace was bowling in Adelaide in the practice.
He was, but he didn't bowl in the match.
Yeah.
He could have had so much swing. Wrong footed, left, right arm menace. But he didn't bowl.
Actually, sometimes when I see him, and I just trying to, picture yourself. If I was a batter, I would have too much trouble playing Virat.
Awkward action.
Very awkward, and then the way he bowls, I don't know whether it's going to.
Don't you
go
think,
out.
Nikhil,
With the angle and it can also go out.
with all the
That's what I'm
cricket
saying.
videos you have watched,
Very awkward.
don't you think he's a slower version of Mike Proctor?
Yeah. Also,
Or a Sohail Tanvir.
Chris Harris as well.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Chris Harris was superb.
But he's kind of like that.
Chris Harris was more of that.
Zinzan Harris, yes. Wow.
He's like that. But he was a regular bowler. I agree.
Yeah.
There's a spinner in Lucknow Super Giants. He's from Delhi only. He's going to be he is a lot like Virat. He's a spinner, leg spinner,
Who?
but his action, Digvesh Rathi,
Okay.
his action is a lot like Virat.
Nice. So Sarthak Arya has picked his 11. Rohit, YJ, Prince, Goat, Spidey, Lokesh, NKR, Washi, Akash, Boom, DSP.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're playing with 3 bowlers.
Hmm.
That's my only issue. You can call them bowlers, all-rounders, whatever. That's the problem.
Yeah. In my opinion, Ozza made a mistake by dropping Boland. He would be back for the Boxing Day test anyways. I am not so sure.
Then you will be dropping Mitchell Marsh because any which ways you cannot drop your 3 seamers. Unless any one of them is injured.
He's not playing Boxing Day. Boland, that statue will have to wait. He's not playing Boxing Day because Hazelwood is there. He can't play. Marsh, you're weakening an already fragile
They can
batting.
have workload management.
So they have Often they have.
There's going to be a week's break or even more than that if
But
the
I
match
think
finishes in 1.5 days.
No, but I think with the WTC final at stake, they won't rest most of the
Absolutely.
bowlers.
See, you would want to win most of the matches here because in Sri Lanka versus Prabhat Jayasuriya, it's not going to be.
You're not going to play all your pace bowlers there. Anyway, I think Cummins is not there.
Cummins most likely will not be there.
He will not be there. So that's the thing. Cool Pineapple. Love your content, guys. Big fan of Sidvi and Nikhil. Thank you so much, Cool Pineapple, for that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
She said has a lot of fans.
Thank you.
Dr. Bharat Batra is back. I hope not from the OT. Which tenure was? Sorry, we have not answered this. Today
Yeah.
we'll answer that question. Let's answer that question. We'll spend some time. Thank you, Dr. Batra. Yeah, it is, but we've not been doing it. It's been unfair to him.
Yeah.
He's asking us every day. Not doing it. We can quickly, all of us can chip in.
I think it's
30
very
seconds.
tough to say this was number one or this was number two. I can't really make that comparison as to which was the better one because under both the coaches you won, I think, a lot. Let's say let's just begin with Shastri. You won twice in Australia. In England also, when Shastri was the coach, you were leading 2-1 in that series. Yeah, there was obviously
He was not there when you went back.
No,
Yeah.
that was his call only at that point also.
in South Africa.
To leave. And
Yeah, his call was that, but that's not a coaching ability, na.
At least you.
no, all he won was Australia. Nothing to take away from that. He took the test team. Two, yeah,
Twice.
Australia only, na what?
You
And that
won
too with an
twice.
Indian side was ravaged.
No, at that year, that tenure also, I think South Africa was your best opportunity to win it. At that point, you didn't even win
You
that.
blew it.
You dropped players constantly. You never played the same team for long stretches. Plus, also, I think, the test team transformed. There was a very big switch. All of that credit goes to Virat and Ravi Shastri. But apart from that, I think there were n number of problems. That there was no clear communication with the players, with the people outside the team. There was stardom. There was too much of all of that happening. As soon as Rohit and Rahul Dravid came, I think things completely changed. It took a lot of time for things to change. And you even won a World Cup. And you did not win any cup under them.
No, but that was not because of the coach. The question is on coaching. That was because how
Coaching.
BCCI was being run. It was a committee of administrators that were running it. It was being run differently to what it is being run now. If Ravi Shastri was a coach now under the BCCI, the whole scenario would be different. I think that's the issue. For me, better man manager,
Shastri.
Ravi Shastri. I think better tactical coach, Rahul Dravid.
No, but even
I
as
would-
a man manager, I don't think there was clear communication with the players. I think it was very selective man management.
No, I think there was issue even while Rahul Dravid was there. UZ Chahal as an example doesn't stay in the team, sits out, is out suddenly. There were a lot of communication. We didn't know where KL is injured, not injured, playing, not playing. Shreyas Iyer, what is he doing? So there was a lot of issues. If you nitpick, they can be all.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about anything off the field because that's got nothing to do with coaching. He's asked to the better coach, and I'm just looking at coaching. And when I say man manager, it's not what is happening outside. I'm talking about man manager in terms of a motivator. I think he was a great motivator. Everyone who's there talks about it. He allowed the players to give them a free hand. So I think he's a great motivator. Whereas in Dravid's case, Dravid also didn't have an ideal start.
Yeah.
Not a great T20 World Cup to begin with. And then there were big bats out there as well. And then turned it around by winning a T20 World Cup. So a mixed bag. I think both have advantages and disadvantages.
Same, I'll agree with that. Both have advantages and disadvantages. But I think for me, if I have to compare Ravi Shastri and Rahul Dravid, I think I will go with Ravi Shastri.
Okay.
He made the Indian test team as a dominant power.
Virat also had a lot of role to play in.
Exactly. Yeah. And Virat only prospered because Ravi Shastri gave him the wings to do it.
I think under both you had your highs and lows. Like under Shastri, you could have won that test series in South Africa. Same was probably the case with Rahul. But then under Dravid, you won the T20 World.
Again, that era,
Shastri, you even lost the Champions Trophy.
Champions Trophy,
The ODI
that was
World
Anil
Cup.
Kumble.
That was
That was
Anil
Anil
Kumble,
Kumble.
yeah.
The ODI World Cup in 19 where you had the best
Were
chance.
semi-final.
T20 World Cup also.
But then say 2023 World Cup.
You lost the
it's
finals.
just the same.
I think there are highs and lows
Exactly.
under both.
Exactly.
Rahul Dravid finally saved his legacy by winning the T20 World Cup. Shastri and Kohli's captaincy, the numbers were staggering. But they will always have that asterisk that you never won an ICC tournament.
That's true. It's a fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact. But 2 wins in Australia, and that too 2020, 2021, it's a miracle.
I've actually said that I'll take, if you give me a choice between the World Cup and 2 Test series win in Australia, I'll take the latter. Because I saw World Cups being won, but not series in Australia. You
Correct.
like it or not, I think that still remains 2021 one of the greatest triumphs in Indian cricket.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Yes,
From where they turned around with the kind of resources that they had.
exactly.
And if you make it 3 times in a row, then it will be the greatest moment of our lives. If India can do
Yeah,
that.
but now it's kind of diluted in the sense that it'll be a great series, but I
Yeah.
think from what you achieved in 2021,
Yeah.
when
That was the
nobody gave you a
crescendo.
chance,
Yeah.
True.
So now it's
Yep.
lots has changed.
Yeah.
Sarthak wants to know, can we try Arshdeep in Test overseas? For that, Arshdeep also needs to play a lot of Ranji Trophy cricket. He doesn't play 4-day cricket.
He does.
See, last year he was
But that's the thing. Oh, when is he? And by the way, he started playing now after
Yeah.
the dictat came. But previously,
Yeah.
he was not.
But
used.
last year he
You
did
have to
play
show
county
that.
cricket.
Correct.
He
Yeah.
did play, yes. Yes. Vaibhav Taragi, do you guys consider 2024 as the best year for Indian sports, considering Olympics, chess, and cricket?
I think Olympics we probably underachieved a bit.
You underachieved.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Cricket I think has been obviously good, but you won against England, you won the T20 World Cup also. But then I think the biggest low that in cricket you had was the New Zealand series loss, like at home that you lost.
3-0.
And if you can, I think, wrap up the BGT at MCG, I think it's going to be great.
I think that way 2021 was better because you did very well at the Olympics.
Yeah.
You got a gold. Neeraj got you gold. Then that series win in Australia.
Yeah.
That probably would have been.
Yeah. It is. It is. It is. I think for me.
Got out in the first round of the World Cup.
Yeah. So, but again, no, that though, even in 2024, you've had.
I think
those-
for us, 2008, I think, was the best year when you look at it. If you have to look at all the 3 parameters, you won your first individual Olympic gold, Beijing.
Yeah.
Then chess, you are already on top of the world. Cricket,
But it happened like.
you won a CB series, a tri series in Australia for the
Yeah,
very
but
first
no,
time. In that
21
way.
is
21, yeah.
And
Hockey bronze.
When did the Thomas Cup came? 22.
22.
22.
Otherwise,
yeah.
it would have been.
Yeah.
That's also one of the greatest India's triumphs.
Yeah. The Thomas Cup.
So imagine 21, 22.
Yeah. But yeah, 2024 for cricket, it's been a mixed bag. Olympics, we underachieved. Chess, it's been spectacular. Yep.
Okay, on that note,
Yes.
we're going to take your leave. We've been live for pretty long. Look forward to your company tomorrow.
Yep. We only 10 hours to go for the
Anything
test
anybody
match.
wants to say? Anything?
We'll see you at 5.
Shashwat, anything you decided today I have to say? No, you didn't get a chance.
Nothing more to add.
I think we'll see you at 5:15 a.m. in morning.
Yeah. Gabba. It's back.
Abba ka kaman.
फिर से
No,
टूटेगा.
Vivek Razan and commentary.
Oh damn. Any particular reason or?
He's not doing commentary, no.
Okay.
Arre,
No,
This
didn't.
broadcaster is not doing commentary.
Okay.
Have you heard him through the
No.
series?
He was
No,
doing DPL and all, na?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing this series now.
I met him, I told him how much I liked what he said.
Did you saw the commentary blunder I sent you?
Ashok Malhotra and commentary blunder.
Arre,
It's not new. I think he had a faux pas as a coach also, right?
Nothing to add to that.
this was an Abhishek Dubey moment.
Oh.
That because that is well documented. I was not. That is well documented. That happened in Ranji where he had said that Bengal always treated
Ranji or
Assam-
Smat?
No, I think it was Ranji.
Ranji.
Where they said that they always treated Assam a rung lower,
Acha.
inferior to them, Bengal.
Oh, then Riyan Para gave it back in
Riyan
Smat.
Yeah.
And then he said,
To that comment.
"You are this level, we are."
He did the celebration in Ranji.
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 Yeah, white ball. Sorry, white kids.
White kids, okay.
White kids. He said, "You are here, we are."
We are there.
Ajinkya Rahane is batting at a strike rate of 170 in S-Mat.
KKR captain.
That video is up, you can see.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
There's
Yep.
going to be an S-Mat trap also that will be done like
Oh,
later.
please.
Anyways, the semi-finals have ended.
MP.
Rajat Patidar, 6 sixes on 29 balls.
Oh.
MP out.
No, MP only he plays, na?
Patidar
No, I'm like saying, what is the current situation?
No,
I mean,
they've won 7 wickets, comfortable wickets.
Oh, nice. So it's MP versus Mumbai in the final.
Mumbai, yes.
It's going to be a wrap.
Come on.
Delhi.
No, because he said Delhi were in a good position at the start.
Yeah, they were, Ishan.
in good position.
No, but this time I thought we could. They could, I mean.
Come on. Go Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah.
Go MP. Go MP. Chalo. See you at 5:15 a.m. IST, 10 hours from now. Okay, from me, Gulati, Shashwat, and Nikhil, it's goodbye, Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables and stay safe from the cold. Stay safe from the cold.